Now to an update to a story we first brought to you last night. A new initiative to legalize recreational marijuana in Florida is gaining support. 10 Tampa Bay's Chris Rogers spoke with the company who is backing the campaign with millions of dollars about what makes this effort different.
Again, it's a question of when, not a question of if. This is going to happen somewhere in the future.
A new initiative to make recreational marijuana legal in Florida in 2024 is being backed by medical marijuana giant Trulieve in the form of $5 million.
We've supported the other initiatives, but this one looks like it was very well researched, and we had a part in that, in making sure that before we put our financial resources behind it, that it was the kind of initiative that would pass the muster of the Supreme Court.
Advocates say although it might not be great for community optics,
anything that looks corporate introduced or corporate sponsored is something that obviously people are going to be leery about.
Companies like Trulieve are necessary to push the movement forward.
And without huge, large sponsorships, we simply won't be able to do the legwork.
Getting a constitutional amendment on the ballot in the state of Florida is no easy process. For 2024, 891,589 signatures have to be made on a petition by registered voters. Then it goes to the state Supreme Court, who decide whether or not it meets a specific criteria. It's a lengthy and often very expensive process.
You're literally talking a $30 million effort to get on the ballot because of the very severe restrictions they've put in place.
Some lawmakers and advocates worry the way the industry is designed leaves very little room for the possibility of small businesses to get involved.
Unfortunately, today, the way the structure works is if you want to get into the business at all, you have to do all of the business. It would be like McDonald's growing its own cows and its own, tomatoes to make a hamburger. I mean, listen, unless you have $40 or $50 million, you're not going to be able to participate in the marijuana business in Florida.
There have been recreational marijuana amendments and bills proposed in the past. So what makes this one different? Supporters say it's the way it's worded.
Trulieve wouldn't have donated $5 million to it unless it was very, very likely to pass Supreme Court reviews.
And the Supreme Court has a very narrow pathway to go down, so we think it meets that metric.
Chris Rogers, 10 Tampa Bay.
Wise Florida says they plan to file a similarly worded home grow amendment proposal in the next 2 to 3 weeks.